Welcome everyone. My name is Arthur Brinke. I'm so glad that you're here today. It is Filipino Barrio Fiesta. Woo! 2020. It's a retrospective. So what that means is we'll be looking back upon all of the years of our work, or what is labeled as work, which is really just our life, and just celebrating that, celebrating each other and the accomplishments that we've gone through, and giving us hope for the future and what that holds in terms of what we want to accomplish. So with that, I want to thank you all for being here once again. And then once again, my name is Arthur Brinke. If you don't know me, you should message me, and then we should get to know each other, because yeah, I'm a fun person to know. In any case, I do want to have a moment of silence, which usually happens at every barrio at the beginning. And this moment of silence today, I want it to be for everyone. So for all those that have passed due to coronavirus or not to coronavirus, to all those who are stressed out because of all the things that are happening in the world, and just to everybody as well. In the past, it's been for the ancestors, and that hasn't changed. I still take a moment of silence for the ancestors as well. But I want to include ourselves in this too, and hope to find peace in this moment of silence. Thank you all for that, and thank yourselves for giving yourselves a moment of silence. The ancestors are thankful for you. With that, I hope that we move forward with the ancestors' blessings on this occasion, Filipino Barrio Fiesta retrospective 2020. I hope that we all have fun and we have memories that come up that bring us joy as we look at our dances and the people that we've connected with. It's a small portion of everything that's happened, because I haven't captured anything, but or everything, but hopefully it's a good portion and it reminds you of all the goodness of Filipino Barrio Fiesta. With that, I'm going to go on to the national anthems.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets racket, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiil sa dagat at pundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw. May dilag ang dula at awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang hislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na ng niningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng luwahati pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Let's bow our heads and place ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to do our first virtual Film Barrio Fiesta. We thank you for all the officers and board of directors who made this event possible. We thank you for our sponsors who willingly shared their blessings. We thank you for our members and non-members who are joining us today. Bestow on us your guidance and blessings, Lord, so that we can enjoy and appreciate the significance of this event in our lives. Bless everyone present today, that each may be able to share, appreciate, and be thankful of what we have. May this event be a success and continue to bless Fil-Am as we continue to grow and be able to deliver our mission. We humbly pray, dear Lord, for all the victims of fire in COVID-19, that they will receive continuous healing and strength, and this pandemic will end. Grant us good health and safety, Lord. Grant us peace and healing. We ask all of this for the greater glory of God. Amen.
This is a proclamation of the City of Livermore proclaiming Filipino American History Month, October 2016. Whereas the first recorded presence of Filipinos in the continental United States is October 18, 1587, when the Spanish galleon Nuestra Senora de Esperanza landed in Morro Bay, California, and whereas Filipinos are the largest Asian minority group in Livermore today and the largest Asian American group in the state of California, and whereas the historical contribution by Filipinos to Livermore started with farming and tending roses in the Livermore Valley, most notably the nationally recognized Veterans Memorial Rose Garden at Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, and whereas the Livermore Fil-Am organization is a nonprofit organization promoting awareness of Philippine culture and heritage through a Filipino Barrio Fiesta event on October 9th, 2016. Whereas Filipino Barrio Fiesta showcases Filipino American dance, music, and culture while connecting individuals with Filipino organizations, businesses, and services. Now therefore, the City Council of the City of Livermore proclaims October 2016 as Filipino American History Month in recognition of the contributions of Filipino Americans in our community.
Before, I'm only talking about the time that I've been with Livermore Fil-Am, and Lani could probably talk more about previous history because her mom was very involved. The whole family, I think, even the cousins and everybody was very involved at the beginning of Livermore Fil-Am. But when I started, during the summer, we were just doing Livermore Fil-Am picnic. And usually that picnic, it was just us officers and our relatives, hardly any attendance. And so when we started doing Filipino Barrio Fiesta, that first year, well, actually the one at the library was an eye-opener because we got a really diverse group from all over. And we have people even from San Mateo, San Jose coming, joining us, celebrate, and becoming members. So then when it was brought to the Bankhead Plaza, it was just exploded. And our membership went up, our scholarship enrollments went up, applications. And so it brought to mind that the summer picnic that we were just doing for members is not the way to go. because it's just the same old group. It's just the officers, whereas the Filipino Barrio Fiesta, it was everybody. It was very inclusive in all the different areas. And one of the things that outside mentors like Moni Nap and people I've known through Tri-Valley Nonprofit Center for Excellence, saying we were really small and we needed to expand. And the funny thing was, we were big before, because the original name of Livermore Fil-Am is Filipino American Organization of Livermore Amador Valley, which included Pleasanton and Dublin. That's the three. But then Pleasanton decided to go off on their own. And as far as I know, they are no longer in existence, because when you're a small organization, you have the same, people doing the work, you do get burnt out. And luckily for us in Livermore, we have been, the previous officers like Corey and Betty de Guzman and Raquel and Elsie say, they've been so supportive of the Kelsey family, Pinky and Fred and stuff. They've been so supportive of the program that from the Livermore Amador going into Filipino, the Livermore Filipino American, even though it's small, it's got so many dedicated people. And then now we've expanded it, and the exposure that we got from the Civic Library and the Bankhead Plaza really, exposed the organization. And thank goodness for Myrna. We have new members here like Christina and Merle, and the same families that have been there, like Lani's family and Cherry's family, Ruby. It's just a mixture of the old and the new members and officers. It's just really helped this organization. And it's the Barrio Fiesta at the Bankhead is, we have so much to thank for it. Thank you, Arthur.
So 2016 for us was a big year, just because we had come out of our debt over at the Bankhead, and we had very tumultuous, probably like 2 to 3 years prior. We got a new executive director, and he was very gung-ho. I'd like to actually thank him now. My hair is weird, but I'd like to thank Scott Kennison for just saying yes, because if it wasn't for him, then we wouldn't have done what our hearts were telling us to do. It's me, but it was also Denise Bridges. We were the two Filipinos at the Bankhead at the time, and we wanted to do a Barrio Fiesta, and we had a big vision, and we still continue to hold on to that vision. It's stayed the same since, and it just has different iterations, but very thankful to have gotten the go. And I think it was God's timing to have that happen for us, and also happen for the Livermore Fil-Am organization, and to have both forces combine and put on Barrio Fiesta, and to have it be such the success that it is. I have this saying that it doesn't matter if there's one person or 100 people or 1,000 people. If we're gathered, then it means something, and I've stuck to that. Luckily, because there was a year where there was hardly anybody, and actually there was, I guess threat is the word, but threat of discontinuing this passion of Barrio Fiesta. So lucky that the ancestors, hold us dear and have always taken care of us. And it's funny, I'll just say a secret, because we're into secrets nowadays, but I think 2016, we only put this, we put it together in under a month. We really didn't have any time, and to see how it turned out was amazing. I think the biggest thing for me was definitely getting the proclamation, and finally saying, yes, we're here, in the middle of Livermore, and that's a big thing. If you really break it down, it's huge to be Filipino and say, "Hey, we're here. We've been here actually for a long time." There's many families that are still here, so it was a very joyful and prideful moment, and I'm glad to have been a part of it all the way with you all as well.
I remember that, Arthur, when I think it was Auntie Myrna, she danced and she mentioned that afterwards her feet were burning. um, I don't know if she was dancing barefooted or not, but yeah, she did mention that. And I thought, well, next year will have to be better. And it was, so yeah, good memories, good memories. So I think we need to be recognized. I think it was Ruby. Ruby was the one that brought us Myrna. And I don't think we would be where we were at with our dancing without Ruby's, encouragement for her to join us. So, I mean, that's what brought me into the organization. My family, yes, was very active in the film organization, but, as a youth, as a teenager, as a young adult, I just wasn't into it. I know my mother was very active, but as I got older, I wanted to learn more of my culture, and I like dancing, just like Layla. I like to dance, but I didn't have anybody to show me the cultural dance. And when, I was invited to join the dance troupe, I thought, yes. And I truly appreciate everything she's taught me. I'd love to get back together and us relive all those dances that we did, because, as you get old, you forget. But I miss that all, and I truly appreciate Myrna and all the ladies I met through the dance. So thank you so much.
I just want to say about Myrna that her passion for dancing, especially our cultural folk dancing, is very contagious. She is just a super dancer and a very super friend. So we're really blessed as an organization, individually also as a group, very blessed to know Myrna. And that's all I have to say with my friend. Yeah. I just want to say that year you did the Ifugao dance, right? Did
The
you
what?
hear me? The Ifugao dance?
Yeah, the Ifugao.
Yeah, and I want to just pay tribute to my dad. My dad did the same thing. He did the Ifugao dance for the president of the Philippines. He was
Oh,
with them.
wow.
Yeah, and I wanted to pay tribute to my dad, because if it wasn't my dad, I wouldn't be in here. Because I think he was the one that that signed me up for Fil-Am years and years ago when he was here, and I never really knew about it. And then I getting all this newsletter, and then I said, "Dad, what is this?" And he said, "Well, I signed you up for Fil-Am," and he really believed in the culture. So I want to pay tribute to my dad. Thank you.
Thank you to your dad, Auntie Ruby. That's really special. I love those stories. Like, those little connections really bring us here, They're reasons why we're here. And, when we look back, even just looking back at this, there's reasons why we are the way we are. There's reasons why we're here right now in this moment in time, is because people like your dad, have signed you up. You think it's random at the moment, like it doesn't matter, but it does matter, because now you're here with Livermore Fil-Am, and you're an important player. You're an important person in this organization, and you've done amazing things. Look at what Livermore Fil-Am has done. So I mean, we're here, and that's a tribute to your dad, as a piece of that,
Yeah, I'm really honored to be part of the organization. Really honored.
So this LVPAC Multicultural Partner Award is to the Livermore Filipino American organization for persevering and for holding on to the Filipino cultural traditions and passing them on in the Tri-Valley for over 50 years.
For me?
Yes.
So, you know, you're talking about how we've been around for 50 years. So I think back, you know, when my mom and her friends, when they started this organization, you know, I was just a little kid then. 67, I had to been like, I don't know, 10, 12 years old. But anyways, I remember my mom having meetings in the house. And it was just a small group of Filipinos. And, you know, the reason for doing that is because back then in 67, you know, Livermore Valley was, I mean, you could designate Livermore, Pleasanton, Dublin. They were small little communities and the Filipinos were spread out. They were mostly farm workers back then. There was a few that worked at the lab. There were, of course, there were the nurses, but it was a way to bring all of them together, to meet, to socialize, like you said, to just to chit chat. And from there, it grew into, let's start an organization. And of course, back then, it was mostly men that led it. You know, it was the women that were thinking of it, but the men had to lead it. But, you know, I think back of those men back that were in office before my mother was. They were strong men. They were leaders. And I respected them. Even as I grew older, I knew them as I grew older and what they did. And then my mother stepped in. And of course, they didn't like that, having a lady leader. But, you know, my mother had a lot of respect from the community and they put her in office. And I have to tell you, she struggled. She told me I had a lot of, you know, not a lot of support from the men. But, you know, behind every strong man is a woman. And these wives, hey, they told their husbands, you don't, you know, you respect her. She knows what she's talking about. She knows what she's doing. But my mom did it. And I remember the parties they used to have, the get-togethers, the fiestas they had every year. Always a big turnout. And it was like that for a good 30 years. And then it started to decline. People got older. We tried to get the younger generation to come in. And it was people like Corey that came in, who moved into the community. It was just a lot of the younger families that started to come in, and Corey bringing them in, encouraging them, keeping them in there. And it was because of Corey that it kept going. I know it in my heart, it was her. And I get emotional thinking about it because it's our culture. And you don't want to lose that, especially now as big as Livermore is. I mean, we have a lot of Filipino families, but it's always the same families. And with you, Arthur, as the younger generation, your voice, you need to bring those people in. You know, you talk about the Las Pasitas, you know, their organization. Bring those fresh faces in, because we're getting old. We're relying on your generation now to keep it going. You know, we did the first 50. We're counting on your generation to keep it going. You know, you have us in the background. We'll be there to support you, but truly, we need some young blood to keep it going another 50 years. Hoping to God it will continue. You know, as an organization in the Livermore Valley for 50 years, that's quite an accomplishment. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Thanks.
Arthur, we appreciate you. So thank you very much. And so we would like to do this. Fil-Am Livermore would like to say special thank you to you for your dedication and passion in bringing the Filipino Barrio Fiesta to the Bankhead Plaza, giving a platform to present Filipino culture to the Livermore community and to the Tri-Valley as a whole. We hope that you continue to persevere doing more of what you love, and that this Barrio Fiesta will continue from our generation to many more generations. So Arthur, with pride, we would like to, Fil-Am would like to honor you with this small token. It says Livermore Fil-Am Organization is awarding Arthur Barinque for outstanding leadership, Barrio Fiesta Coordinator 2016 to 2020 and onwards. Thank you, Arthur. Here's for you. Congratulations.
Okay then. Thank you all so much. Thank you to all the attendees. Thank you for all the energy and hanging in with me. I didn't think it was going to be 2 hours. I thought it was going to be like an hour. We just breezed through it, but you know, I'm glad that it worked out the way it did. And hey, guess what? We had Filipino Barrio Fiesta again for the 5th year. So it's been 5 years in running, and it's recorded so we can upload it, and it's on Facebook so you can share it and re-look at it. Go to Livermore Fil-Am, and you can friend Livermore Fil-Am. I'm not sure if it's public, but you can friend Livermore Fil-Am anyway. And then thank you to our sponsors as well. I don't want to forget them for supporting us. It's going to be Vasco Dental, JJ's Lechon. We're going to do Daddy Baker. Yeah, that just sounds cool. That sounds pretty hip. And then is it Sally and Jean's Catering? That's like real Filipino food. You guys should. Oh, you can always contact these organizations or these businesses for food if you'd like. Yeah, and so there's also the website in the chat as well. Thank you all very much. Thank you so much. Thank you to the ancestors. Thank you to, you know, all those before us and then all those ahead of us. Thank you so much. We'll be in touch. Okay.
Thank you, Arthur.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.